If you are a pastor, you call a music minister who charge you and you pay. God will judge you.
Emeka Anslem wrote this. So I watched the video where Apostle Femi Lazarus presented a pro forma invoice that was sent to him by a gospel music minister. I'm guessing you all have also watched it too. The pro forma invoice contained details of what it would cost to host that gospel music minister. Aside the predetermined honorarium of $10,000, the document also stated that the music minister would come with a team of 40 people, which are expected to be catered for in executive suites. I'm not going to give a biased submission about this matter, so let's look at it from the gospel music minister's point of view. One thing I know is common among music ministers is that as they ascend the ladder of success, compromising their standards or the quality of their music production just to satisfy people is usually a challenge. They are more worried about their reputation and credibility than anything else. I once invited a music minister to lead us in songs during a Zoom meeting I hosted years ago. I didn't understand the response he gave me until this moment. He said, "Sir, thank you for inviting me, but my keyboard is currently having a problem, and I no longer minister without strings." I tried to convince him to just use his voice, but he refused to compromise on the standard of music he could produce. If you ask me how I feel about it now, I think it's a good thing. So if that music minister Apostle Femi Lazarus invited said he needs his team of 40 people, then it's because he needs them to deliver his best performance. It's unwise trusting the choir of the church to do a ministration that could impact on your career as a music minister. This also means that if you're inviting a music minister, you're inviting him at the level he or she perceives their worth. Their worth isn't determined by how we see them, but how much they've built themselves. It's not about us, but about them. To the music minister, taking a team of 40 people along may not be a problem. The only challenge is that the pastor who was inviting him may not have known his worth. So this point was something that could be discussed or negotiated between the host and the music minister. The same way a preacher attends a ministration with his team, music ministers should attend events with their team. Working with your team makes it more comfortable to execute your task. I think where the music minister made a mistake was the honorarium, and the apostle rightly pointed this out. An honorarium is a compensation for services that do not have a predetermined value. Stating the amount for the honorarium in the pro forma invoice already disqualified it from being called one. You should have just stated the obvious. It's the service charge. While it's true that some people do not understand how to honor ministers, it's still not right to decide what to be honored with. I understand that you need your team or your band to deliver the best quality. I understand that you and your team will need to stay in a secure and comfortable place. I understand that you and your team need to be well fed, and as your host, I shouldn't put that burden on you. It is I who needs my people to experience God through your ministry, so I should be willing to pay the price to host you in your best stead. But, service charge. That would put off the Holy Spirit in me instantly. Whenever I get an invite to minister outside my state or country, I ask only one question: please, are you aware I'm in a different region from where you are? And have you considered the cost of mobilization? In some cases, I don't even bother asking if it's within my ministration budget. You may even find me sowing into the ministry when I get there. Please refer to the article one wrote this morning. As sought-after ministers, let's beware of doing things that quench the spirit. Let's remember that without love for the body, our nice songs and powerful sermons will be like a sounding brass. We may sound nice, but what people really need isn't nice sounds. What they need is God. And if we drive that God away because of our conduct, how will they find Him? Of course, there are exceptions to this. In cases where your instrumentalists or backup singers are hired, then you have to discuss this with your host. The reason why you have to discuss this is so that there can be unity of heart, which would sponsor a free flow of the Spirit. It's all about the Spirit of God. I'm honestly not a fan of Apostle Femi Lazarus, but someone has to speak critically about this matter, and that's what he's doing. Me and him will settle our issue later, but on this matter, he has my support. Let's stop grieving the Holy Spirit. What do you think about what Emeka Anslem has said? Tell us in the comments. Like and subscribe to Church Lumina for more.
Amen.